Welcome to the I Hate Marketing podcast. I fucked it up already.
So did I.
Keep going.
Did you?
I didn't get the right angle.
Oh, good.
Oh, I like
Okay.
that though.
All right.
That's how you should start.
That's it. Welcome to the I Hate Marketing podcast, a podcast for marketers and business owners that struggle with their marketing or they want an insight to what other businesses are doing with their marketing. I'm your host, Mike Chin. Behind the scenes, behind the curtain, we have Tom Williams. He's just keeping everything in check. And I have a special guest. Our guest started her career working in PR for a local charity called The Haven. In 2013, she moved into marketing into another charity called Compton Care. She went on to create several marketing campaigns, which involved a complete rebrand and a viral hit, which made the local news. In 2020, she then became the head of comms in some of the toughest times for the charity sector. And then never want to settle, she moved to a new charity in 2022. She's now the Director of Marketing Comms at Winstons Wish. Welcome to the podcast, Grace Lee.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Grace Lee.
What an intro.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
You know, thanks for not demanding an expensive drink like
Absolutely not.
water. So tell us a bit about you, a bit about Winstons Wish.
Yeah, I've worked in, like you said, marketing about 17 years now.
Oh, really?
Well,
Did I get your intro
always-
right, by the
you
way?
You did. Bang on. Bang on.
Because that's LinkedIn. That's what you just copied LinkedIn.
Bang on. Bang on.
Okay.
Yeah, always in the charity sector, so always in the not-for-profit sector.
Yeah.
And yeah, have moved through various different roles. Like you said, started in PR, press officer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now find myself at Winstons Wish, which is the UK's first childhood bereavement charity. So we support anyone up to the age of 25 that has experienced the death of somebody important to them. So really sad, tragic circumstances that we find ourselves in,
Yeah.
but our tagline is giving hope to grieving children, and that's exactly all it's about. It's about finding light, finding glimmers in what is a really can I say shitty?
You can now.
Okay. In a really shitty time.
Yeah.
Is about giving them tools, confidence, guidance to say, actually, it won't always feel this terrible.
Mm-hmm.
We can't change what's happened, but we can give you a bit of hope for the future that you can go on and build a successful, happy life. And I
Yeah.
have the ultimate privilege and honour of being able to lead the marketing and communications team, which is a huge, huge honour.
And it's national, isn't it?
National,
Yeah. So it's all over the country.
all over the country, so it is all digital service, and the reason being that that's accessible. So the charity initially started in Gloucester, local-based charity.
Oh, okay.
Amazing work, but very much found, like a lot of organisations, COVID really was the thing that kind of pushed us over the edge to say, we need to do more now, we need to go digital. We are in a circumstance that's forcing us to take our services offline, away from offline and onto digital. And actually around about that time anyway, the charity was looking at creating a brand new strategy, which was all about making bereavement support more accessible to young people.
Right.
And young people these days, they're on their smartphones, they're on every
sure.
single device.
Of course.
And that's it now, predominantly digital information, guidance and support, accessible anywhere in the UK.
Yeah, and you've just done, well, I don't know if it's how recent it was, but you did a campaign that I saw that was, I think it was award-winning, or it got shown at...
Award-winning.
Yeah, go on, let's
on
talk about
Piccadilly
it.
Circus, the big screens and everything, which
Yeah.
was like a real
So
career highlight.
there's a video campaign that was made by, like, a filmmaker, was it?
No,
but
all
by
young people themselves.
Oh, really?
All young people themselves. So yeah, when I joined the charity in 2022,
Yeah.
it was part of this strategy to grow as an organisation, but also break the script on what it means to deliver and access a bereavement service as a young person.
Yeah.
So, rightfully so, for many, many years, the organisation and other charities in the sector had marketed directly to the adult supporting that child, and that's still a massively, massively important audience, particularly maybe for children aged 12 or under. You know, they are reliant on whether it's the parent or the family member or the teacher putting them in touch with our services.
Yeah.
But what we actually found is that there was a massive gap and no one was talking directly to the young person. So everything was sort of to the young person via the adult. But you've got this whole sort of age range. So we support anyone up to the age of 25. So you've got all these teens and young adults
Yeah, a
who
lot of
were-
emotions at that age.
Oh my God, and you're going through so many life changes
without
anyway.
without the trouble of bereavement, losing someone.
Absolutely.
It's a hard time anyway.
Oh, really
brutal.
hard times.
It's a brutal
really
time.
hard times.
Yeah.
And we just found that there was this massive gap. No one was talking directly to this teen and young adult audience.
Yeah.
So absolutely, we wanted to be the organisation that says, let's break the script on that.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows better what bereaved young people need than bereaved young people themselves?
Mm-hmm.
So we actually created a whole sub-brand, really, because again, another challenge with marketing, I'm sure we'll come on to it, is you can't please everyone, right? You've got to know who your audience are.
Yeah.
Spoiler tip, you can't please everybody.
No.
So actually what we were finding as a brand, as an organisation, trying to appeal to adults, to young children, to teenagers, to young adults, like you just said, that variation in age, 0 to 25, you're almost going through however many lifetimes in those 25 years.
It's huge.
And life changes and priorities change. So we wouldn't talk to a 7-year-old bereaved child the same way you would a 17-year-old or even a 25-year-old.
Not even like a 7 to 12. Like it's such a different age.
The difference is so vast. So we wanted to essentially create this sub-brand and this dedicated space for these teenagers and young adults. So that's what we did. We created Talk Grief, and it was all, I think the success of it has really come down to it was built by them.
Yeah.
Consulted with them. We have an amazing team of, at the time it was about 50, but now we have about 100 young ambassadors, all with their own living experience of bereavement, telling us, this is what we want to hear, this is what we don't want to hear. One of the most heartening moments of my career was being told by a 14-year-old, what we think you're doing is there's a bunch of adults sat round a room trying to think what sounds cool to a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know what?
Yeah.
That's exactly what had happened.
So you got humbled.
Humbled quickly by the teen audience. But then actually it's just common sense, right? If you're going to build something for a particular audience, they've got to be part of creating it, and they've got to tell you what they need and they want, not what you think is best for them. So we had this, 50 plus young people. We surveyed another 150 bereaved people from across the UK.
How long did this take?
This is probably like a year in the making.
Really?
And really, again, in the charity sector, that's quite fast.
Yeah.
For charity sector, it's quite fast paced. But I'm glad it took the time it did, so that we could really build it. They created it, right? And then we created this website, which is for young people. They tell the stories, what it's really like to grieve, what it's really like to be young and bereaved. And then to launch it, we created this video campaign called Grief Looks Like 2. So the idea was, a lot of these young people were telling us that grief isn't like it is in the movies.
Like crying in a dark room, feeling sorry for yourself.
If you go onto Google or any other search engine and just type in bereaved person, you just get these very sad, solemn images of, heads in hands, and that is what grief is like. But actually, also looks like going to school or going to work or sitting and having a conversation with someone.
Well, shall we watch it quick, Tom? Can we? All right, let's have a quick look at the video. You can talk through it as well if you want.
Yeah, so the start of it is, here is what we think grief looks like, sad. And then all of this footage is from bereaved young people who are documenting their journeys.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, it's a very short version of it. And it's just to say that there's no right or wrong way to grieve or to have a particular way that grief looks, but however it looks, like talking about it helps. And whether that's talking to one of our bereavement support workers or telling your story so that another young person watches it and goes, hey,
it's
I'm
okay,
not weird.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Just some of the best quotes come from the young people themselves. They're like, I no longer feel like the alien in the room anymore.
Right.
I can see it looks like that to me too, and I also know that there's a community of people here who are going through the same thing I'm going through. So my kids, when I'm going to school, I interviewed an adult who was bereaved as a child when he was 9, and he just said nobody knew what to say to me, so nobody said anything. And actually, I was just a 9-year-old kid who was dealing with this massive emotion. His brother had died. This massive thing that nobody wanted to talk about. But at the same time, I just wanted to go out and play football. And I couldn't understand why mom and dad were being like, well, maybe don't go and play football today. And actually, what we're trying to do is build this community through a network of online stories of going, whatever grief looks like and whatever you want to do today, if you want to go out and play football, or if you want to sit in bed and just kind of have a day.
Or dance or cut your hair for charity or whatever. Then
that's okay to do it. But just make sure you're doing it with the support of somebody, whether that's a bereavement support worker or a network of people who get what it's like to grieve.
So with your marketing hat on,
Yeah,
because this is a marketing podcast
spoilers,
called I Hate Marketing. So why do you think this has worked?
I think this has worked is because we knew our audience inside out. Yeah. We got so familiar with what they wanted.
With all the research you were doing over the year. And
that almost... I'm reticent to say it, but I'm going to say it. It couldn't fail because we knew exactly what they wanted. Yeah. What we weren't trying to do was create something that would just please everybody. This was a very specific group demographic, 13 to 25-year-olds who are grieving, who are willing and able to talk about their grief, because actually what we're finding now is just even the way people talk about grief, it's more acceptable to talk about grief. There's still taboos, right?
Yeah. But I think generally your mental health is more open these days than it ever has been. Yeah.
But even now, actually, millennials, I think we're millennials, right?
We're millennials.
Yeah. Had life without social media and then had it. Yeah. And we're like, wow, what is this thing we can tell the world?
We remember what it was like before social media.
Yeah. Now we've got a generation of people who only know social media, but their habits are very different, right? So they may be actually what they're telling us, and this is just the bereaved audience market that we've spoken to, is maybe I don't want it to be my identity. So I'm bereaved, I'm young, but I don't always want to spill it out for the whole world to see. Some people do want to do that, some people don't. And for those that don't, there's a whole section on the Talk Grief website where you can just save content. I was going to say on the sly, I don't mean on the sly, safely, but people don't have to know about it. They can still absorb all of this content and get this help, but they're not necessarily using it as their identity. Yeah. And it's just, for me, the success of it was knowing without a shadow of the doubt what our audience wanted and key. Not diverting from it.
And I think that's a lesson that a lot of people could learn, isn't it? Just knowing what your audience wants. And
that's going to be a theme for today. I'm telling you now, I'm going to say that a lot.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I think anyone can take away is just get so familiar with your audience and what they want that you are so certain that what you're producing is going to be for them, and actually accepting, do you know what, maybe this group of people over here, they're not our market, and it's okay. That's fine.
But you were saying you can't please everyone.
No.
So what do you do there? So okay, you know your audience, and you know some people are going to like one thing and some people are going to like, what do you do there? Do you just...
I think it's about having that confidence to say no, that's not for us. And I think particularly with the example we've just talked through, there's a cohort of people, younger and older, that are also our demographic and our audience that we need to reach at Winstons Wish. But we had to just focus on this area for a little while and just make it feel like and sound like them. Because I think particularly for a young person looking for bereavement support, and what I think also makes Winstons Wish so unique is that we consider our content a service. So it's not just a marketing tool for us to raise awareness of the organisation. It is.
It's actually part of the
service. It's a bereavement service. And just being confident to say that's just for them. It's not for the adult supporting them, and it's not for the young child. It's just for them. And being okay with that.
How could someone really get to know their audience like you did? So...
good old surveys. I don't think you can go wrong with a survey. I think if you can, as part of your annual marketing spend, however little or big that is, always factor in some sort of incentive for surveys. People love a voucher, or people love even the opportunity to be in with the chance of winning a voucher. And I think even if it's just 10 questions that you can send to your current marketing database just to get to know them a bit more. And I don't just mean like your demographics, like your age and your location. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's good for targeting SEO, brilliant. But you want to get to know what drives them, what motivates them, their values, their beliefs. There's a classic marketing example, isn't there, of you can segment people, and you've got, I think it's the example, gosh, this is marketing school from a long, long time ago, but it still
you know
stands.
what, like it might be obvious to you.
Yeah.
To some it might not be so.
So you've got a demographic of a male in their 70s, and if you're just going on age and gender, then you've got King Charles and you've got Ozzy Osbourne, and they are both the same age.
Yeah.
Gender and wealth bracket-ish.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this, because this was a long time ago that I got taught this, and I'm sure maybe wealth has changed since. But actually, if you look at their motivations and their values and their beliefs, you couldn't get two more different people, unless
They might be
Charles
mates. You
is
never
some
know.
sort of Black Sabbath fan, maybe. We don't know. But actually, if you're just going on those very basic demographics, you're not going to get a huge amount of insight. And I think there's data and there's insight. Data's great. If you haven't got anything, start with data. Start with numbers so that you can pull rough kind of groups of people. And then you really want to start to delve into that insight. And it can just be 10 questions like... With marketing, you're solving a problem, right? You'll know this. Like, the problem that you want to solve for people is creating videos that capture attention, that then turn into some sort of action. What's the problem that you want to solve?
That's it.
And just start, even if you get 50 responses, 50 can then be maybe 150, and you just grow it and grow it and grow it.
Yeah, and it's surveys are hard if you don't give them an incentive that. And as a business owner, trying to get feedback from customers is difficult.
You've got a hound.
And these are customers that you get on with sometimes, and because everybody's busy. So you're talking about getting feedback from people that you might not know. It's really difficult. How often do we get bombarded with surveys and you're like, I can't be bothered. And maybe you might catch somebody in a mood where they're like, you know what,
that's it,
I'll do it. So an incentive, a little voucher or whatever. Or
if you can tie it into maybe charity's slightly different, if you can tie it into some sort of campaign or cause. But maybe just think about times of year when you're going to get a better response, and know that if you're going to send it to 50 people, you're probably going to get 5 that respond. But I always think it's 5 more than you knew. You know a little bit more than you knew yesterday. And you can start to build from there.
Absolutely. Okay, right. Well, I do have some questions. That was a good start, though, Grace.
Thanks.
Great stuff.
Thanks.
Great stuff. What I always liked about you, working with you, is that you sort of really fought for ideas as well. Because I imagine, and I haven't been in the position you have, where you've got like people to answer to, like a board of people, like a board of directors, and where you have to convince them of certain things. I feel like a big barrier for marketers is like I want to do this, but I get completely brickwalled by someone. So how do you do it? Is it charm? Is it bribery? Is it just chocolate? Is it chocolate?
I feel, for fear of sounding on repeat, I think if you can present that this is what your audience is going to resonate with, it's almost like, well, you can't argue with it.
You can't argue.
So if to use a different example, and I'm going to come on to it a little bit. Say talk grief. Whilst that wasn't necessarily a controversial idea, put young people's experiences front and centre. When you're then presenting it to a board or a senior leadership team, they're not your target audience.
No.
I think as long as you can prove that this is what the audience have said that they wanted, and you're always going to maybe need to do a little bit of sense testing. So even if it's just, here's a survey that we did and actually X% of people really liked this idea, X% didn't like this. Always remember, actually, when we pitched Talk Grief, our amazing chair of trustees said, I think it's fantastic, but I'm not the audience that this is talking to.
Okay.
So there has to be a level of trust. chocolate gifts, maybe a little bit of bribery. I'm not going to condone it, but I think if you can really put forward that evidence that you've done the research on, this is what's going to resonate with the particular people that I want to go for.
Yeah.
It's kind of
They
hard to
can't
say
argue
no
with it.
to that.
Yeah,
If they do say no to it, it's kind of then, I don't want to say a wasted effort, but I think as marketers, everybody really feels that your time and your resource is so limited because you've got so many requests and so many demands coming in. If you can almost sell it as this is going to be the best use of our resources and our best return on investment, that's maybe the language that directors and trustees like the sound of a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you can never guarantee, right, because unless you're physically selling a product that you can see sales from, unless you've got your tracking through of they saw this video, this led to this inquiry and this led to this sale, you're always kind of going to be a little bit ambiguous about how they heard about it. But I guarantee that if you're going after an audience that you know what they want or as close to what they want, I'm going to actually take a step back. Also, there's something that you can do if you don't have access to a database of people that you could ask, short of going out on the street and doing surveys. Get your permissions from your local councils. I don't want people doing that. Clipboards
Grace said
all
I
of
can
a
just
sudden.
wander around.
There's an amazing website called Answer Socrates. AnswerSocrates.com. Free use. You can sign up and have I think it's about £7 a month if you wanted to have the premium.
Right.
But for free you get, I think it's 3 searches per day, and you can search for the most Googled, Binged terms, questions on the internet.
I see.
So it might even just be for your SEO of going, right, this particular audience or at this particular time of day, everyone's asking this question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So even if you don't have access to your direct customers, you can start to get a wider macro view on this is what they're asking and this is what they're wanting. I feel like that was a massive tangent, but hopefully it came back round.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. That's what it's all about. Okay, next question I've got for you is, have you ever had a campaign fail? And if so, what did you learn from it? You are free to say, no, I'm awesome. I've never had one fail. But have you ever done anything that's a fail?
I'm going to do a controversial one, Mike Chin.
All right.
Because it's one that you guys helped us with.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room of Straight Outta Compton Hospice. Which was amazing, right? And I feel like this would be a perfect time to kind of show some clips from it. But we created Straight Outta Compton Hospice in, I think it was 2016.
Something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
And the idea was that we wanted to change the perception of hospice care, what people thought of it, and be a bit clever at the same time.
Yeah.
So use this Compton of Straight Outta. Use this concept, of Straight Outta.
Straight Outta Compton Hospice. Yeah.
And it worked really well, and I'm so proud of the concept, and it's lovely. But if I reflect on it back now, did it do what I wanted it to do in terms of changing perception, or did it just create this amazing piece of content that I'm still so proud of, and I tell so many people about it?
I still get...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So for people that don't know, we worked with you on a video campaign, where we took the idea of Straight Outta Compton Hospice, where we got a couple of OAPs in a fancy car, and they played out a little video with them. And it was your baby, really, wasn't it? And it went really well. I think we got like about 250,000 views
amazing.
in like 24 hours or something like that. So it's everything you could wish for in terms of viewership, and
people still, like you said, still talk about it. In my interview for Winstons Wish, that one of the interview panel was like, "Did you do Straight Outta Compton Hospice?" And I was like,
I was like, "Oh, we saw that video on your show reel. Like, we remember seeing that and everything." So it's a huge compliment.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I don't want to it's fantastic. And I think in terms of storytelling and having a clever idea and bringing it to life. So the tagline, which I think you came up with, Mike Chin, giving you some credit here, was
I have my moments.
Straight Outta Compton Hospice, not out the game yet, which I loved.
Yeah.
But this whole idea, and what we were trying to do was change perceptions around that hospice care doesn't always just mean end of life care. So at the time, Compton Hospice was was on the cusp of a rebrand to turn
Yes.
into Compton Care.
Yes.
But just before that rebrand happened, and Compton Hospice and hospices across the country struggle with the perception that once you go into a physical hospice building that you're never coming out.
Yep.
And that is what happens in some scenarios, end of life care. But actually quite a large number of people will go into hospices for a little bit of respite, feel better, get their medication okay, maybe give their family a rest, and then go home again. Or maybe actually someone would never physically go into a hospice building and receive care at home.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of that because we had to film a lot of that stuff. Yeah. But I still... Yeah, I'll tell you what, shall we watch the video?
Yes, please.
And then we'll talk about what you think it failed and what you think...
Fail's a harsh word.
What you
don't
think,
think it
what
failed,
you think we're
but
awful.
yeah.
So here it is.
Oh, we had such fun making it.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
I still remember how late she was.
Oh my gosh,
She was like about an hour and a half
We
late.
were like, we got a very strict schedule, hadn't we?
Yeah. I think that was Viv.
Viv and Arthur. And the car was so loud.
Yes.
And we were filming on a Sunday morning in Womburn.
Yeah.
And
It's a good look. I like that look that that kid...
Jacob.
They're probably... Oh, I don't know how old they are now.
It's probably mid-20s now.
Yeah, they've probably got mortgages and... Yeah, so that's the video there. Great fun making it. It was a Sunday morning, couple hours
fun.
in Womburn, even though it was supposed to be Compton, but we couldn't find a traffic light appropriate. Good fun.
It's amazing, and for getting noticed and telling a story is great. You can't just rely on one good video. No. It's all of the stuff that goes around it as well. Yeah. So I think probably at the time, again, maybe, I mean, I've learnt a lot since then. It's nearly 10 years ago already. Is you can't just rely on one video to be the thing that changes a whole perception of a whole sector.
Right, yeah.
It's the introduction of a conversation, right? Yeah. And so on reflection, if I were to do it again, there would need to be all of this marketing plan around it. So yes, it got such great organic views. Like you said, I think it got about 250,000 views without us having to put any ad spend behind it. And that's the power of a great storytelling, right? Yeah. But I think all of the other stuff around it, so maybe then, using it, sending out DMs or going to conferences or going and getting in front of people and using it as the vehicle to say, this is why this exists, and now we need some action off the back of it. Like, here's what you can do to help change this perception. Yeah. It's all of the other stuff around it. And I think that's where people kind of get a little hung up on, is I've got to create this amazing piece of content, but unless you're getting it in front of the right people, and unless you've got stuff around it to actually make sure that people are taking the action that you want off the back of it, it then just becomes a really nice video. Yeah. So it's maybe not such a failure as a missed opportunity, really. That's right. Is because there's the marketer in you. Reframing.
Yeah, politician maybe. Because it was a big hit, and I remember the waking up in the morning, and it got. I think we had a WhatsApp group, didn't we? Yeah. And it had like 80,000 hits in when I woke
24 hours.
Yeah, and I was because you never know.
No.
Yeah, and this again coming back to what we were talking about. You had to please a lot of people to get this done, because this was not easy to win.
My gosh, no.
Because a charity isn't just the marketing person gets to do what they want.
No.
It's a big board of people.
It is.
Some of which I know, and some of which I know they're very hard to please and very hard to change their mind.
Yeah.
Bless them. They all have good intentions.
Yeah.
But when you've got to explain who NWA is in Compton.
Yeah.
To people that are from like the West Midlands and maybe in their 60s and 70s.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
very difficult.
I always remember one of our volunteers actually telling me, probably maybe a couple of months after we first pushed it live, that they saw our video in the co-op. And I thought, in the co-op? Interesting. I don't remember it great, but whatever, great brand coverage. They went, yeah, I saw it in the DVD bin. And I was like, hang on. We've not, who's been burning DVDs of this
Me.
illegally?
Me.
And it was the straight out of, it was the straight out of Compton
It's
film.
the film, yeah.
And I thought, and again, that's another thing. Again, another 10 years on, would I make it the same way? I don't know, because I love it.
Yeah, I don't
love
know.
it.
Yeah.
But I know one of your questions is coming up is about one of the challenges that marketers face is sometimes why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Are you doing it because you think it's a nice idea and it's a trend, or actually are you doing it because it's going to grow and further your brand and appeal to the audience that you want?
Yeah.
On reflection, I'm not sure, but
Okay.
it's still an amazing video.
While we're here,
Yeah.
do you want to watch the behind the scenes of it?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I do. The hair. Oh god.
We'll have a look at it. So this is our behind the scenes video that we did.
So maybe a slight hiccup with the behind the scenes video. The other camera we're using, don't know what's wrong with it. Just doesn't want to play ball. So,
Okay, young Tom is there.
behind the scenes might start here. If it does,
Bless you, Tom.
So unaware.
I know where we are now.
So unaware. You looked exactly the same, to be honest.
The soundtrack.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, it was
brilliant.
The thing is I'm worried about is the noise.
It's Ben.
And then the police are gonna come.
Doing very well. He's worked on the
We-
Wonka film.
Has
He's
he?
worked on
Just to get the down road.
some Guy Ritchie film that I can't talk about.
Traffic's constantly.
And straight out of Compton.
That's trying to, yeah, and this as well.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's carry on.
He lost his accent a little bit as well. Bless him.
Of course.
There they are.
I can't imagine Tim. Where did you got to meet Timothy Chalamet?
He was in the same room as him, but he wasn't allowed to talk to him.
Okay.
So if you want to talk to her room,
Hi.
he might ask you stuff.
Okay.
He really is not just this weirdo.
Oh, Trevor with the car. So he lent us the car for the day, although I was too scared to be like, I don't want to sit in it. In
Yeah,
case
I sat
scratch
in it.
something.
Yeah, I sat in it. Yeah.
Look at that behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think the video makes it look so cool and like they're speeding up, but we just pushed it in place.
Shots of the whole shoot. So we have
Look at my hair.
Hair.
Look at my hair.
It was a really warm Sunday morning
was-
as well, wasn't
it
it?
was
This was
horrendous.
probably about
So this is a very
8, 9 a.m. It was set.
Yeah.
It felt really early.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, and the noise from the car.
So, because didn't neighbours complain about it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of that. It was a really
too
late car.
early. When you get up,
There's a lot of me here, isn't there? Let's cut me out.
No.
I remember sitting in the car with Viv, and I said, "What would you normally be doing on a Sunday morning?" And she said, "I'd be in church." Yeah.
Look, and this here, you saying then, yeah, we were drinking cranberry juice,
Yeah.
but it looked like some sort of
Yeah, it looks like we were just out having a good time.
partying. See, we've got the t-shirts on.
Yeah.
That's most of the main core filming done now.
Look how much Ben's in this video, Tom.
Little
Yeah.
cutaways.
So it's just a
Cut
camera
him out.
hogger, isn't
Cut
it?
him out.
We're not actually filming. They're just popping.
Oh, look at them.
Look at them.
Look at them.
They were practicing their bopping.
They were from a amateur dramatic society.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, just so great, like
Oh,
really
yeah.
professional, but I don't think they quite understood what
Yeah.
they were doing.
No. They're just happy to be out.
They were great, yeah. Oh, the drone shot.
So the drone, that's what, me and Tom watched this video yesterday and we were laughing at the drone because the drone is like, that drone is like a tank. It's like this ancient tank.
The sound.
It's
It's
got 8
was
rotors on
noisy.
it. Yeah. Oh, I love this bit. She thought she had to drive. Yeah, the drone was so old-fashioned now because our drones are
Yeah.
tiny now. Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Still got those.
Oh, do you have those?
I have those.
Ah,
Oh,
the hair. You're not liking the hair?
no. Nobody told me the fringe was a bad choice.
You could be a great marketer, but
Yeah.
you know the hair.
Gosh, well,
all the support, friends and family. Trevor with the fantastic car has been amazing. Yeah, we're so excited
Oh, so young.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing the final.
Can't believe how long ago it was.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Storytelling, right?
Yeah.
It's
so
what captures people's.
I think it's important to. There we go. I think creating stuff like that, it is really fun, but you can get swept up in the fun and forget what you were saying about who's this for. Doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So there we are. Good. Yes, we did touch on it a little bit, but what is the most challenging part of working in marketing today? We're talking in 2025. It's definitely not 2024. 2025. Today, working in marketing, what's challenging?
For me, it's knowing where to put your time and efforts and where you're going to get the best return from. And I don't think you're ever going to know. There's nothing's ever going to be foolproof. But I think particularly now in where everything is content and everyone's creating content.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound like a broken record. Unless it's what your audience really want, is it worth you investing your time in doing it? So I think I love watching them write all of these trends. My favourite one at the moment is the millennials wrote the marketing script.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay.
And as a millennial myself,
Yeah.
I love all of the reference points.
Yeah. And then there's the Gen Z writing the script
Gen Z,
and all that sort of stuff.
and there will be another trend and
Yeah.
another one and then another one.
Yeah.
I think my personal view is you can spend so much time trying to create something that really will have a moment in time for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, it will blow up and it will be amazing.
Yeah.
But I think what you run the risk of is that you get all of these people come to your social media pages and go, great, I love that Stones are
funny.
doing the
Yeah,
millennial
yeah.
thing. And then you go back to normal.
Yeah.
And then all of these new people are going, hang on, but I was interested because you were doing all of the millennial stuff.
Yeah.
And now you haven't done any of that. You've gone back to normal and they go, oh.
Yeah.
So what you've got is you've built interest in someone for a brief moment in time, but then you're not kind of converting them. And unless you are continually doing it, the brands that I think do it so well, let's call out Aldi because they are amazing, right? They've built this amazing, cheeky brand that are going to call out other brands.
Yeah.
They don't care, kind of, it's okay to kind of have a little bit of a pop at
Have a bit of a
people.
dig, yeah.
So that doesn't feel too far removed when a trend comes along because they still know how to make it them.
Yeah.
But if you've got, again, I'm just going to pick out there, a window company
Yeah.
suddenly writing a Gen Z script on Windows, that's
Yeah.
great. But then your next video back is, I don't know,
Like,
this is how a window frame is
Yeah,
made.
yeah, of course.
That's great content, but actually it's so different
Yeah.
and it's quite jarring. I think if you're going to bring people to your brand using a trend, you've got to then try and find a way to kind of mix the both going forward. And this is all just about content, right? But content's so great, but it's so hard and it's so time consuming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you spend all of this time, don't you, putting your effort into it, and then it's out there and then it's gone, and then you do the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
But I really think, like I said, Winstons Wish, content is service.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that longevity of someone will maybe see it for a moment in time, but actually they could come back to it. So if you're creating content that's almost evergreenish,
Yeah.
that maybe you can recycle a little bit
Yeah,
further down the
yeah.
line, great. You don't always have to jump on every trend. That's just my personal view.
It's interesting you say that because we've done a few TikTok trends, haven't we, Tom?
We tried.
We tried
Yeah.
a few.
Which ones?
I think
Which
we did
ones?
one, and I think the most successful one we've ever done was the one where we what we think we look like when we're filming,
Yes.
and then what we actually look like, and we
Yes.
think we look like these like models,
Yeah.
and we put that filter on where we look great,
Yeah.
and then what we actually look like when we're filming, and we look like these creepy sort of like.
Show us the video.
Show us the video. And the one that Tom did, I think, got the most views, and that was a trend. There it is. Yeah, I can see it.
Let's look at this one first.
Oh, it's mine. This one's mine.
The smooth. Look how
Yeah,
smooth.
I know. Yeah, it's funny. It's not. Yeah, it's fine.
But
And-
I think if you're continually doing those, because that's
Yeah.
a look behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, But yeah, this is Tom's. Tom's got more views than mine.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You know,
I take it back. Do all the trends. Do all the trends.
Do all of them. No, we had a spell, didn't we, where we tried them. And I don't mind them, especially because we're a video company, so we're sort of we're in that boat. And I see a lot of like, because I'm addicted to TikTok, so I love TikTok, and so I see a lot of like, oh, this is a solicitor, and they're doing the Gen Z script trend, or they're doing this and they're doing that, and that's fine. But I do wonder about that. They have a hit, and you look at the likes, and they've got a bit of a hit, and then. Now what do they do? And we're going off topic a little bit, but it's a podcast. We can do that, Grace. But a lot of people that get famous very, very quickly have this. So you get some celebrities that are just known for one particular thing. They'll say something funny, or and I don't want to call out any of them because I won't know enough. But say they're doing something, and that's the thing that they're known for. And then they try and do something else. They go, maybe people like something else that I've got to say, and they don't. And they just want to see you do that one thing over and over and over again. And they struggle with that. So when you think about that as a business, maybe it's a better idea. This is just me talking, it's like thinking out loud now. Maybe it's a better idea to create content that speaks to your audience.
Absolutely,
so the one guy I think nails it, and he's quite a few years old now. But the pool guy, I think everybody's seen the pool guy. But he basically he makes videos about him cleaning pools. Right?
Yes.
It's such a simple thing, but I think he nailed it, and he started a big wave on TikTok of people doing ordinary jobs. I call it low entertainment, where people will watch people cut lawns, clean things, clean pools.
Yeah.
Because it's quite therapeutic in some way, and all of a sudden people are live streaming they're working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people will watch that stuff, and will come back for it because they know that's what you do. So it's a tricky one, but for businesses, I think you've really got to focus on, like you say, who your audience is and what you want them to know, what you want them to know about you.
Yeah.
And jumping on trends, it's okay. I don't mind it, but you are going to be constantly chasing your tail because you're looking at, that trend's dead now. Like TikTok moves on
24 hours later.
So quick. Like when you mentioned that millennial thing, I was like, that's done. Like,
that's
I know,
over. It's such an old reference.
It's over, right? And then there's like a new thing. And then you look at the new thing, and there's already 200 people doing videos on it already. And I feel like by the time I've seen a new trend, it's already old.
That's
you're just constantly chasing it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a great place to be.
It's not, because it'll burn you out, if anything.
Yeah.
And then, if that example that you showed of you guys, it works because it's a look behind the scenes. This is what you're doing. Mm-hmm. But like the solicitor example you gave, Gen Z's wrote the solicitor's marketing script. In theory, I'm trying to think really like of that customer journey. Yeah. Great. So now I'm a 16-year-old that needs the services of a solicitor. Sorry, you wouldn't at 16, would you? I don't know. How old can you be?
You can be as old as you like.
To use a solicitor.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, well, I've created this perception that we're cool.
Yeah.
That, again, that's aged, right? That's a millennial trying to sound like
trendy,
whatever the word is.
Yeah.
And then actually their experience when they come through and call your phone line is so corporate and so put together that you're just like, this isn't the brand that I just saw on TikTok. So I think unless you're trying to bring people to your channels and then create a community where you're constantly then building that kind of content, great.
Yeah.
If it's just a one-off to get you noticed and it works and you can fit the trend into what you do, go for it. Don't mean you have to do every single one.
No. I think I don't know what you think, Tom, about TikTok trends, and would we do any more of them?
They just move on so quick, don't they? By the time we've got round to organising people to do it, it's gone. Whereas that one, the two there, we thought about them on the day.
Yeah,
that's great, right? Because you've not done a big plan and you've not put a big budget behind it.
No. we were in a show home, weren't we? We were filming in a show home, and there's just me and Tom, so we're just like, let's just knock them together quick. But if you've got to start organising people, and
that's when it gets tricky.
Yeah, really tricky. Yeah.
And it's so interesting that, particularly in the charity sector, we had, again, do you remember the old Ice Bucket Challenge?
that's so old now, isn't it?
How old's that?
I think
When
that's
was that?
2012, 2013. It might be older than that.
Yeah. I constantly get asked, we need an ice bucket challenge.
For some reason, that resonated with everybody, didn't it?
Right. And I even think that even whoever created it had zero intention of it being the big viral thing that it became.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And like, I mean, this was pre-TikTok, maybe even pre-Instagram. I don't know.
It might.
Remember it being a Facebook thing.
Yeah, it was sort of a Facebook thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Everyone that was on Facebook, you saw nothing, did you, than those videos.
Yeah, people did.
Amazing. And actually, ALS, it raised some real great awareness of the illness and some money, which is great. But those that created it didn't go in and go, right, we need the world to do this challenge for us.
We need Bill Gates to do it.
It was accidental, right? It resonated. It hit an algorithm. I think it had some celebrity support in America, and it just went. Now, because I'm looking at that TikTok screen, there's so much choice.
It's like every week. It's every week.
The competition to stand out, which is, again, back to my point of don't just try and please everyone and don't just do it for the sake of doing it. Hone in on what your audience really, really wants, what they like, and just do as much of that as you can. Sounds basic, but it's true.
Sometimes it is the basics, that. And I think we forget, like, it is the basics. You try and think too hard sometimes and get too clever, and you know what, it is the simple stuff. Okay, talking about trends.
Yeah.
What are, other than TikToks and things like that, what are some of the biggest trends you're seeing in marketing right now?
I think personalisation isn't going away. Any way that you can personalise your output. Now, that I think a caveat, that doesn't mean creating videos for every single person, but you guys know this. This is probably a great opportunity to plug what you guys do.
Okay.
But how that you can create some really smart video, top and tail maybe, with a personal introduction, or some of the stuff I think you've done with the University of Wolverhampton previously.
Yeah.
You know, there's some amazing stuff you can do there. Tom's going to get the video up.
Yeah, of course he is. He's a good lad, isn't he?
Anything that just makes it feel like it's been sent to me, not your mass, not 60,000 people on your database.
Yeah.
A tiny little bit of personalisation is great. This particularly so in charity world when you're doing so. Actually, direct mails are still quite successful for charities.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a difference between, it can get quite pricey, but rather than just going, "Dear Mike, now here's the letter," or "Dear Mike, thank you for your donation of so and so in memory of so and so."
Yeah.
There's just something that goes, they're talking to me.
You still think that resonates?
I still think that's not going to go away.
Okay.
And anything that you can do to kind of be smart with video, I think is great and helps. Anything that you can do that's kind of getting your evergreen stuff. Perfect example there. Look.
Yeah. So I'll
I'll
talk about this one a little bit. So this was a campaign that we did, and this I haven't plugged you to say this, right? I'm just saying you said this yourself. We worked on this campaign where we wanted to make a video that we sent out. It was for clearing for university. So they get a video, but it was tailored to them. So it had their name on the coffee cup at the start, their course that appears on the book here at this moment. So it's all tailor-made to them. So how do you do that? Well, we shot, basically it's all tracking marks. So on the coffee cup, the real thing that's on the coffee cup is green little dots. And we track it in post, but we're not editing it. We edit it to a point, but then we use software that basically reads from a spreadsheet and says, right, if we match up all the data points to the scenes, and we go, right, this is where the name goes, and the name goes on the coffee cup. So then we put it on the coffee cup.
Brilliant.
and you can generate as much as you need, pretty much. So if you need to send out 2,000, it will send out 2,000 custom, to each person. And you can get even smarter with this. So you can even add scenes in that weren't there. So what I wanted to do with this, but time and budget and things like that, was add a scene. So like if somebody's an international student, right, there's an extra scene where they get, I don't know, like an international day, or you could narrow it down to continent or country, where you go, oh, okay, so I'm from the continent of Africa, so maybe I'll go to like an African themed event or whatever like that. And it was just trying to tailor it a little bit more, but we ran out of time, as you do with these things. So that really worked very, very well. And it takes a lot of planning. It does take a lot of planning, and like you say, it takes a lot of knowing your audience, making sure that you've got the scenes planned out correctly. With that content, you can use it again and again. So we used it in one session of clearing, and then you could use it again later on in the term, but it's still falling on fresh eyes every time, and you can just sort of keep reusing it, and you could add to it. You could add another scene to it like a year later. So yeah, it's a really flexible campaign.
Even when you're sending emails, is not just blanket mass emailing people. I know that might be quicker and easier, but just a little bit of personalisation, or even as you start to build more insight into your audience, this is where your A/B testing comes in really, really well, because you can go, this cohort here love to hear about, I'll use a Winstons Wish example, they love to hear about the people that work on the helpline.
Right.
They love to hear about the stories and how they've supported somebody at a really difficult time.
Yeah.
This group over here love to hear directly from young people. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to email them the newsletter that features the young person's story at the top, whereas this cohort are going to get the helpline worker's story on the top.
Yeah.
It's just things that are going to start to, and it sounds hefty and time consuming, but I think if you set flows and standards, it doesn't have to mean I'm just emailing Mike Chin. Yeah. It means I'm emailing this group of people here that have similar behaviours and values as Mike Chin.
I don't want to meet that group of people.
It might just be one of you on your own. But even if you're kind of just boxing it into 4 groups of people rather than your one.
Yeah.
The biggest companies in the world will never, ever have a target audience of everyone. It's just not possible.
It's just not possible. No. Okay. Very good. Okay.
I've got one more. Sorry.
Yeah, no, carry on.
Right.
Keep going.
I'm really excited about some SEO stuff around voice recognition, and now more and more people using like Siri and their other smart speakers to search for various terms or places. I think we'll start to see a shift in how we're using SEO to appeal to people who are using those forms of smart speakers. So at the moment, again, people are very much, if you're typing into a search engine, things like coffee shop Wolverhampton. Yeah. People, when they're using smart speakers, are having a conversation like you and I are now. So they would search for, hey, insert speaker, provider name. What's the best coffee shop in Wolverhampton for a first date? Yeah. Your SEO is going to need to be very different to coffee shop in Wolverhampton. Yeah. And then from that, using things like Ask Socrates, using your Answer Socrates, using your insight from the audience, you can start to build in your SEO and your keywords. So actually, if there's a big group of people searching for perfect coffee shops for first dates, you've got that good to go on your website, and it's driving your traffic through your smart speaker. I think we're going to see more and more of that coming through.
Yeah, I heard actually about like the elderly use like speech search. Yeah. Because I came across somebody that they don't write text messages anymore. They just can't be bothered. Right, with the tippity taps. Right.
Feel that.
So they just speak into the phone everywhere they go. And I've been with this said person, just walking around going, I think the tin of chopped tomatoes is in the top cupboard. Brilliant. So it's this. They're quite used to just talking to stuff now. Yeah. I never do, but then you don't want to get bogged down with what. Oh well, I never do it, so therefore it must not apply. But
absolutely, and again, knowing your audience, it's just this is completely not marketing, but I have to tell you a funny story of going on holiday when I was quite young, and this is back in the day when there were internet cafes. If you wanted to use the internet, you had to go on into an internet
I remember going
cafe.
on holiday going, I need to just message my friends on Facebook.
That's exactly
in an internet cafe.
We found an internet cafe. I was with my family in New York.
Oh yeah.
And my mum wanted to send an email to my godmother.
Right.
And I don't know why, she started off this email up Empire State, and I was like, you can write a full email. But again, I think she thought it was quicker to go been up Empire State.
Yeah.
I was like,
good view, like it.
See you soon.
Food, nice.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not paying by the word.
Yeah, that might be postcards.
Telegram.
That's
Maybe
postcards,
it's
isn't it?
postcards.
Yeah.
But again, anyway, complete detour, not relevant, not helpful. But I think now we're starting to see, maybe we've gone from short form, text speak. Gen Z are using more sentences.
Yeah.
TikTok for search now is
Yeah.
phenomenal. And TikTok don't want you to leave the platform. I
No.
know it's quite controversial, but if that's your audience, that young audience, that's where you need to be.
I've definitely changed from, obviously, everybody uses Google.
Yeah.
But then I used to use YouTube to search things. I've changed now. I search things on TikTok because it's so much quicker.
Yeah.
It's so much quicker. And
Yeah.
you will find exactly what you want on TikTok. So it has become another search
Yeah.
engine, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I do have another question.
Yeah.
Your biggest...
I don't know this one.
Yeah, you do.
I?
You
Oh,
do.
sorry.
All right. What is your biggest marketing ick? Or to put it in a more professional way, what are some marketing absolutely nuts that you see?
Absolutely nuts.
You're like, no.
I'm trying to. Can I do a personal one
Yeah.
first?
Yeah.
LinkedIn, I think, is such a valuable tool for creating and building connections.
Yeah.
And I'm very aware that if you're going to reach out to somebody to connect with them, the instant spam into your inbox is tricky, right? And how do you stand out?
Yeah.
I'm now sort of personally, again, I don't know whether it's the marketer in me. I think I know the flow behind it, and I know the process. If someone wants to connect with me, they're probably trying to sell me something.
Of course, yeah.
If you can make it more personal and not feel like it's just a spam message, brilliant.
Yeah.
But I do find the sort of, we were talking about it earlier, you know, I'm walking down the street and I tripped on the curb and there was a crack in the pavement. It made me realise this is how this relates to my 10 steps to a successful business.
Yeah.
I know it works in some areas. It is a personal ick of mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of just going, actually, there are other ways that you can shoehorn your content in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to find it in a way of just walking down the street and tripping up and seeing cracks on the pavement?
Yeah.
That's my personal
This is a bit
marketing
like
ick.
marketing. Yeah, it's all that kind of stuff.
As a marketer, there's some marketing bits I really find quite cringe, but they work. They work. And maybe it's getting over the cringe. Maybe my ick is I've got to get over the cringe because it works.
Yeah, and we sort of have to teach that a little bit when we encourage people to be in front of camera.
Yeah.
It's very hard to be in front of camera and hearing yourself. You know, I don't. When
I
I'm
shan't watch this back.
No, yeah, that's one thing I say. So you don't actually have to watch it back.
Yeah.
But I never think when I'm talking, I'm like, I don't have a thick accent. My accent's not that bad. Then I hear it and it's like, all right, Bab, how you doing? You're right.
Yeah.
Great pays, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And it's just awful to hear yourself back. But you do have to sort of get over it a little bit. And you have to have, I sort of see it as like a bit of a relationship with the person that you think you sound like and look like, and the one that you actually do sound and look like. So, yeah, and maybe it is a bit of that. You do have to you have to play the game a little bit with LinkedIn.
You do.
I have a bit of, you know, it's for me it's like I don't love it, but I see it as a great tool.
Absolutely.
And I have made some like good connections on there. But I'm quite lucky because I'm always out and about filming things. So I post a lot of like yesterday I was in a forklift truck, so I posted that, and I'm not afraid to look silly. So that's kind of that's who I am. That's my brand a little bit.
Yeah.
And even saying that is a bit gross, isn't it? That's my brand. I'm silly. I'm whack, you know. But I get it. I don't take myself too seriously, so I can do that.
Yeah.
If I'm a solicitor, you know, do you want to see silly photos of me on LinkedIn? Probably not. But it's just making it work for you. And yeah, I think if you've met somebody in real life, and then you connect with them on LinkedIn and you send them a quick message, that's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah.
And somebody I didn't know messaged me on LinkedIn, and they were at a talk that I did, and they were definitely at that talk because they said something that I said in that talk.
Brill. And that got you.
And that worked.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I tried this thing and I'm going to do that. And I think that's fine. That's perfectly normal. But you do get a lot of, don't know you, I can sell to you, here's a copy and paste.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much that works for them, but I've never seen any
maybe
success with it.
Marketers are the worst people to do that mass marketing
Yeah,
to,
because-
right?
yeah,
Because
you-
we're constantly just going, well, this is how they've done this,
Yeah,
and this is the tactic they're doing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now there's going to be an automatic follow-up message in 2
Course.
days' time.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe maybe there's a gap there. How to market to marketers. That's what your podcast should be called. How to market to marketers.
No, we've done the logo
That's
now,
great.
Grace.
Sorry. Like I said, that's a personal link. I don't think from a business development point of view, you know, it probably works, and I think people will get interest. So maybe it's more of a personal marketing ick. And from a marketing professional ick point of view, I think if I see something that hasn't seen an opportunity to sell a story behind something, even if your story is, we sell windows.
Yeah.
I do think it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
So, again, old school marketing taught you're not selling a bottle of shampoo, you're selling long, luxurious, shiny hair.
Oh,
you're
please.
selling,
I only washed it this morning, Grace.
It's gorgeous. You're selling the experience of what you get from the product.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably an ick from me. I can see that if we as an organisation or any others have missed an opportunity to go, I'm selling the thing that's going to make your life better rather than just
here it is.
You know.
Yeah.
So we would sell the opportunity to speak to a bereavement support worker, so you feel a little bit of relief, like you've got someone to talk to. I'm not selling picking up a phone.
No.
I'm selling the experience you get from the back.
You're not
of it.
selling the action, you're selling the experience. Yeah. Well, on that note, thank you very much, Grace.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for coming
me.
on. Brilliant.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. We just
Is it okay to applaud
we
yourself?
clap ourselves there. That's what we do.
Is that
Cool.
all right?
That was good.
Really good.
Yeah.